you doing? My name is Locke. I'm from 2mcctv.com. This is our third video on the DS control point. Basically on this video, we're just gonna kind of wrap everything up. Last feature that I'm gonna show you is I'm gonna show you how to create a tour, and then I'm just gonna go over just the basic buttons and stuff like that. Just the kind of little things of the software that we missed, just so you can be more familiar with everything. But first, let's go ahead and create a tour. So basically what a tour does is it's like a sequence function on a regular DVR. If you're not familiar with a regular or just like a standalone DVR, usually they have this little sequence function where you can hit the sequence button, and what it'll do is it'll go from one camera to another. So it'll just scroll through just an endless cycle of different cameras. So on the control point, it kind of lets us customize it even a little bit more, where it'll let us choose different layouts, and it'll let us sequence through different cameras and also different layouts. So the first thing you're going to do to create this tour is you're going to right click, you're going to highlight tour, then you're going to right click and create new tour, and then just name it anything that you want. I'm just going to name mine, I don't know, tour 1 or something like that, and then I'm going to click save. So once I click save, you see how it adds under my tour tab right here. What I can do is I can highlight that and I click the plus sign to add an item. So now you can see how it gives us a little layout right here. So let me give you an example when you would use this. Let's go back to the example. Let's say someone owns a business and they have different sections of their business. For example, they have a warehouse section, their office area, and then they'll have like their break room. And what you could do is you could break it up into different sections. Then you could just have the software sequence through those different areas. So let's say we'll start with the 3-camera layout, and this one is going to be our warehouse area. So once you choose your layout, you're going to click on System, and then you're going to drag whatever camera you want on this layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm just drag my camera, and I'm just going to name this warehouse. And then the dwell time is basically how long do you want the software to stay on that certain layout. Do you want to stay on for 30 seconds, a minute, or just, for me, I'm just going to choose 5 seconds. So I'm just going to click save, and as you can see, it'll give me my item name, and it'll give me my dwell time. I can delete this item if I don't want it anymore. I can edit, or I can add another one, or I can just rename it. So let's go ahead and add another one. We're just going to do office area, and let's just do a single layout on this one. I only have one camera, so the way we could tell the difference is just by a layout. So dwell time, I'm just going to choose 5 seconds again, and then I'm going to add one more. So let's do a 4-camera view, but I'm just going to add one camera to it, and I'm going to do this break room, but I'm going to do this one for 10 seconds. So I'm going to click save. So basically, I could move, kind of move it down if I want to change just the order they sequence in. Or again, you can delete and modify it. Basically just do whatever you want with those icons up there. So after we create our tour and add the item, to run it, what we're going to do is we're going to right click and we're going to click run. So give it a couple seconds, it should kick in. So again, that's going to be the warehouse, the office, and then our last camera, it should be the 4-camera view. So basically it's going to keep on sequencing through these views. And what you could do is, let's say if you had a second monitor, you could just hit that little unlock tab, and then you could just drag that over to your second monitor, just have it sequence through. So it's pretty cool. Let's say if you want to stop that sequence, what you could do, or stop that tour, I should stop using the word sequence since it's called tour on this software. You could right click on it. Well, since I exited out, it stopped automatically. But let's say if I had it running, I could just right click on it and oh, sorry about that. It actually doesn't have a small mistake, a stop button. You could just actually click up here to remove it, and basically that will stop it. So, my mistake. But you get the idea. That's basically just the tour feature of the software. It's very handy if you have multiple monitor or if you just want to just cycle through different cameras without actually being there and clicking on a different one. So that's basically about it when it comes to for most of the features on the software. So now let's go ahead and take a look at just the little stuff. So let's start at the setup tab. So on the setup tab, starting from the bottom up, you have the about. Basically, just tells you about the software, the version that you have. Check for software update. If your computer is connected to the internet, you can click on this. It'll basically check for a more updated control point. I recommend doing this every 3 to 6 months. The sooner the better. But again, you don't have to do it like every day or something like that. We also have the digital century reports. Now, if you have a lot of users and you want to keep track of users and see what they were doing, you can definitely print out a report. What you want to do is you want to click on that, click next, choose the server that you want to view the reports on, and choose basically what reports you want to pull. So it has 5 options. The most common one is going to probably be the activity report, where it just shows the activity of certain users. So for example, if I want to see, who's been doing what, today, I could choose activity report, choose my users, admin is the user that I added, and basically click next, and it'll generate that report for me. So instead of clicking finalize, I'm going to click cancel because it's pretty straightforward. Alarm pop-up, configure any alarms or anything like that you may have. We have, create new tour. Of course, we just went over that, but if you click that, it'll lead you to the same menu, same thing as just right clicking right here and clicking create new tour. We have our managed systems. If you have multiple systems and you want to add your system, you could definitely do it here. You can just have to click on the plus sign, or you can also refer back to video 1. We go more in depth on how to add a server. You can discover system if it's connected to the same network. You just click that and it'll find the system on your network. What you can do is you can also highlight your existing system that is already added. And what you can do is you can, update the password, edit the username, or just, modify the system if you have a different username or whatnot. So, if let's say you change the password, you can just click on that, change the password. I'm trying to see what else would be useful. Obviously, you could disconnect and reconnect. What you could do. Oh, another useful function is what I highly recommend everybody to use is the little help feature right here. Now, if you click on little help features, you have your table of contents. And anything that has to do with live view, operations, search, it's in there. It's pretty well laid out. So let's say if you want to know how to do your camera groups, you can just go under, don't click on the camera groups, and it'll give you step-by-step instructions, with awesome pictures and everything like that. It's very well written by Pelco. They did a great job on this, so I highly recommend you using this. It's gonna help you if you don't use the system as much. So let's say you don't use the system as much and you forget how to do something, choose that little help feature. It's a time saver. So we already went over the live view, the search. Basically, we went over almost everything there is to know about the control point. I guess that'll wrap everything up. Just want to thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure you check out our other training videos, and make sure you visit our website, www.2mcctv.com.